So we're looking at the equation sheet you have for our assignment in class today, and I want to go over a little bit of it with you. This is next week's, basically the next couple weeks we're going to get into equations. So I want to give you kind of a preview before we start next week because we have Monday off, so we're trying to get ahead of the game a little bit. So when we look at this first question, whenever I look at an equation, I want to put an equal or a bar off this equal sign. And in 7th grade, maybe they talked about this as the door into the birthday party kind of idea story along that line. We'll talk about that next week. But the whole idea is to get the n alone, to get it by itself. And you can't deal with the 3 first. You have to get rid of the -5 first. Now, how do you get rid of that -5? To move it over, you have to do the opposite operation. The opposite of -5 is you're going to add 5 to both sides. And when you do that, this cancels out, and then you have 24 over here. And you bring this down, and you have 3n. Since I'm running out of room, I'm going to put it on this side now. So now if you read this sentence, you would say I have 3 times a number. We don't know what it is. It's a variable. An unknown value. 3 times a number equals 24. Well, what's the opposite of multiplication? 3 times something. Opposite of multiplication is division. And you do it to both sides. This cancels out. Then you get n by itself. N equals 3 into 24 is 8. And if you go up here, you look for 8. And wherever you see an 8, you're going to put the letter S. Right there. Are there any other 8s? That's it. Okay, so there's only one 8 up here. Now, I want you to do the same method on O. And then let's go ahead and look at C. Now, when I go ahead and do this, I get -10 to that side. Again, I'm kicking out the constant is the actual word we're going to talk about. Constant. I move the constant over, and I still have my variable with the coefficient, with the 9. There's some vocabulary we're going to get into next week. So now I have 9y equals these two negatives. When you have 2 negatives, you add them, and you get 18. All right? Now I have this on this side, 9y equals -18. Y equals -2. You can have the calculator open too if you need it. So I get -2 for y. The letter C, wherever you see -2, put a C. Wherever you see -2, put a C. C there. Are there any other -2s? Okay, that's it. All right. I'm going to let you guys go and look at letter T. And letter T is going to be a little interesting at the end of it. So first step, we're going to subtract 7. Then I'm going to get -5x equals, this cancels out, 27 minus 7 is going to be 20. Now read this sentence. It's a little different. -5 times a number equals +20. -5 times a number equals +20. If you were to divide a negative and a positive, you should know that this number is negative. And 5 goes into 24 times, but it's -4. All right? So -4, look up top. Where is -4? Oh, it's at the very end here. Letter T. Okay? I want you to keep working on this the best you can. Understand the rules, understand going through it. This last one, I'm going to quiz you again on this Edpuzzle to see if you do know what's going on. Try it on your own. And then if there's any questions, just come up and ask. But I'm going to do one more. And it's the last one on here because I noticed it's a little tricky. Whenever you see a -x, could you just make it a -1x? It'll be helpful to look at it this way. And when you're doing this problem, you don't mess with the x yet. You don't mess with -1 yet. You got to get rid of the 6 first. You have to get rid of all the constants first. All the constants have to go to one side first. And those are the numbers without any letters next to it. And then you have -1x equals +9. 15 minus 6 is 9. Then you're going to divide this -1. And x is going to equal -9. -9 up here, letter B. -9, letter B, goes right up there. All right? All right, guys, do the best you can on the rest of this sheet. The backside should be no problem at all. You're just plugging in points, or actually the backside, you're just connecting coordinate points.